Welcome to the realm of the unexplained, where the ordinary meets the extraordinary. Here you'll find yourself at the crux of the known and the unknown, a threshold where the familiar transitions into the enigmatic. Your decision to join us marks the beginning of an unprecedented journey, a journey that will push the boundaries of your understanding of reality. Today, we're not just treading on the surface. We're planning to delve into the profound depths of reality, into the cryptic waters of the unexplainable. We've gathered a spectacular collection of true life that defies conventional logic, an anthology of captivating glitches in the Matrix stories. These stories are not just intriguing, they are instances that challenge the traditional order of things, anomalies that alter our perception of reality. In this world of ours, reality can sometimes be a labyrinth, an enigma wrapped a riddle. But don't be perturbed, for you're not alone in this expedition. So buckle up, put on your thinking caps, and prepare your senses to embrace the unconventional. Prepare for a ride on the wild side of reality. Our first story comes from Reddit user, Lost in Time 2024. They write, "I vividly remember an ordinary day in my childhood room. The sun cast shadows while I played with my action figures. In the midst of my play, suddenly everything froze. The overhead fan stopped spinning, the clock hands halted, the ambient noise from outside ceased. It was as if I was caught in a paradox of serenity. Despite the birds were frozen mid-flight, leaves ceased rustling. The world had stopped its relentless march towards the future. I was stuck in a bubble of time, cut off from the universe. Though I could see, hear, and feel everything, nothing moved. The phenomenon passed after 5 seconds, yet they seemed to stretch into infinity. Then, as quickly as it happened, motion resumed. The fan spun, the clock ticked, the street noises continued. It was as if time itself had taken a brief pause." Next, we have a fascinating chronicle from an individual who goes by the username RealityRipple. They begin their tale with "a few years ago." These words transport us to a different, familiar yet peculiar era, etched into our storyteller's memory. In narrative, they share, "I was sitting in my living room reading a book. The serenity of the living room, bathed in soft sunlight, is a sanctuary for the joy of reading. The world fades as one dives into the realms of literature. Suddenly, a noise, the sound of the front door opening and closing, interrupts the tranquil afternoon. A familiar sound that stirs the quiet, causing a ripple in the calm environment. Expecting a loved one, they call out, thinking he was home early from work. Yet the silence that follows is profound and unsettling, transforming the peaceful afternoon into a moment of unease. When I checked, the door was locked and no one was there." The conclusion leaves us mystified. The locked door, the empty house, the unanswered call, all create an enigmatic cliffhanger. Thus, RealityRipple's tale keeps us seeking answers, leaving us wanting to know more. Our third story is from QuantumQuirk. They share, "I once received a text message from a friend asking about a movie we'd supposedly watched the previous night. The morning was ordinary until her message popped up. I was baffled as I recollected a serene evening with a book and tea, with no movie in sight. My friend's message was a question about the movie's character, a movie I had no memory of. I replied, correcting her that we hadn't watched a movie over a week. Disbelief was evident in her swift response, 'You don't remember?' Then, the creepiest part, she sent a screenshot of our chat from last night. It showed a detailed discussion about the movie, a conversation I had no recollection of. I was left bewildered. Was it a memory lapse or something more eerie? I went over the screenshot hoping to jog my memory, but nothing. The conversation felt foreign, as if written by someone else. When I pointed this out, she sent me a screenshot of our conversation from the night before, a conversation I had no memory of." Now let us turn our attention to the gripping tale of ParallelParadox. They woke up one morning to find an extra toothbrush in their bathroom. This mundane object, usually an unnoticed part of morning routines, suddenly stood out as an eerie anomaly. ParallelParadox lives alone, reveling in the predictable solitude that only their presence shapes. Yet this morning their equilibrium was shaken, not by an intruder but by an object. An identical toothbrush, a silent challenge to their solitude. The toothbrush wasn't just an object, it became a mystery. The peculiarity of the situation intensified since no one else had keys to their apartment. How did it get there? Who could have brought it in? These unsolvable questions deepened the enigma. The extra toothbrush replicated the original to the last detail. It seemed to have cloned itself overnight, pushing the boundaries of the ordinary. I live alone, and no one else has keys to my apartment, concludes ParallelParadox, leaving us with a chilling mystery, a puzzle that grips us with its inexplicable peculiarity. A simple morning that turned into an unexpected enigma, an ordinary bathroom that transformed into a stage for an extraordinary riddle. We have a mystifying tale from TimelessTraveller. They recount, "My mother had a distinctive knock, tap tap tap, a sound that comforted me deeply. After her passing, her memory began to fade, but the knock remained clear in my mind, an echo from the past. Years later, I sat alone in my quiet home. The silence was broken by a familiar sound, the distinct 3 knocks. It was so vivid it sent a chill down my spine. The silence that followed intensified as if holding its breath. Summoning courage, I approached the door. My hand shook slightly as I reached for the knob. After a moment's hesitation, I pushed the door open. The light from the hallway crept in, revealing an empty space. When I opened it, no one was there." Our 6th story is from glitchy_gal. It was a typical day when a peculiar event happened. As the sun set, I embarked on a walk with my border collie Max. We strolled our usual route, each house a relic of shared history. A memory stirred as we approached a familiar house, once occupied by a former neighbor, a pleasant elderly man who one day moved away due to health issues. As we neared his old house, a figure caught my eye. It was the neighbor, standing on his deserted porch, his silhouette illuminated by the setting sun. Despite the surprise, I waved and he reciprocated. Yet something felt wrong about that interaction, an unease shared by Max. The next day, my suspicion proved right. While conversing with another neighbor, I was informed our old neighbor had passed away the previous week. The fact sent shivers down my spine as the reality dawned. And so, the 6th story from glitchy_gal concludes, "I was walking my dog when I saw a neighbor who'd moved away years ago. He waved at me, and I waved back. The next day, I learned from another neighbor that he'd passed away the previous week." The 7th glitch comes from a user named RealityRipple. The user shares a perplexing tale of misplacing glasses, not in a chaotic environment or amidst work clutter, but in their tranquil home where they live alone. A daily accessory, the glasses were notably missing. After hours of futile searching, they found them in a bizarre location, neatly placed on the middle shelf in the fridge. This was not a casual place to leave glasses and forget. Such placement hints at careful handling, an intentional act but without any memory of it. "I live alone and hadn't opened the fridge since the previous night," they conclude, leaving the mystery unsolved. This series of events is undeniably the 7th glitch reported by RealityRipple. Our 8th tale is from QuantumQuirk, an eerie narrative that's sure to unsettle you. It begins, "My childhood friend who I hadn't spoken to in years called me out of the blue." To flesh out the story, our hero John was lost in thoughts one evening. The unexpected ring of his phone startled him. The call was from Daisy, his long-lost childhood friend. Memories flooded back as they recalled shared adventures and promises. She mentioned calling him again soon. The next day unfolded like any other until he stumbled upon an obituary. His heart raced as he read Daisy's name. The realization hit him. Daisy had passed away a month ago. The phone call, the memories, the promise, everything now seemed surreal. He grappled with this chilling revelation, questioning the call from beyond. Was it his mind playing tricks or something more sinister? The tale concludes cryptically, leaving us pondering the supernatural. The next day I found out she'd passed away a month ago. The 9th story is from ParallelParadox. They share, "I once watched a car drive down the street, turn a corner and vanish. On an ordinary day, my eyes were drawn to an old classic car on the street. Its red paint shimmered as the sun was setting, making it stand out among the modern vehicles. From the cafe I was sitting in, I tracked its path, drawn to its retro charm. All sounds faded into the background as I watched the car move in rhythm with the tranquil melodies of the cafe. The driver, a faceless figure behind the tinted glass, steered the vehicle effortlessly. As it turned the corner, I was gripped with anticipation, but then it was gone. The street remained devoid of any car, no side lanes, no driveways to escape into. It was as if the car had vanished into thin air, no smoke, no flash of light, just the setting sun casting eerie shadows on the quiet street. The sight was surreal, like a story untold, a mystery unsolved. It left me in a state of profound bafflement. My coffee grew cold as I sat, mesmerized by this unusual spectacle. It just disappeared. Our 10th glitch is from TimelessTraveller. a tale so strange it could send shivers down your spine. They recount, "I once picked up a book I'd been reading only to find all the pages blank." TimelessTraveller, a frequent contributor to our channel, enjoys sharing unique narratives. On an ordinary day, they decide to read their favorite book. As they opened it, they discovered the pages were blank as a canvas, void of any ink or punctuation. It was uncanny and unsettling. The words had vanished, leaving an eerie emptiness. Baffled by the perplexing occurrence, they decide to set the book aside, questioning if it was a trick of light or their imagination, or something more extraordinary. Gripped by curiosity, they mustered the courage to confront the anomaly, picking up the book again. To their surprise, the text was back, each letter and sentence in its place, a moment of mystification, something beyond a simple glitch. Their story ends with, "I put it down, picked it up again, and the text was back." Our 11th story is from Glitchy_Gal. She started her day in a welcoming cafe, bathed in warm sunlight piercing through the blinds. The air was rich with the aroma of coffee, and the soft chatter around her was comforting. In a snug corner, she savored a hot latte, observing people engrossed in their worlds around her. Friends laughed, lovers whispered, professionals worked, and the elderly read, all contributing to the cafe's lively microcosm. Suddenly, she sensed something amiss as the current scene started to echo itself. She watched, puzzled, as everyone began reenacting their previous actions. The laughter, whispers, typing, even the page-turning, repeated identically. It felt as though reality was stuck in a loop, in a glitch, and she was the sole observer. Fear gripped her as the surreal, repeating scene refused to change, and then, as abruptly as it had begun, it ended. She sighed, relieved. It had lasted for about 10 seconds before everything returned to normal. Our final story comes to us from the mysterious user, Lost in Time 2024. In their chilling tale, they claim, "I once saw my reflection blink." This isn't a simple case of optical illusion. They assure us it wasn't a lighting trick. They were in a well-lit room, the sun shining brightly. They were not fatigued or under any medication. Their vision was clear. They emphasized that it wasn't an eye twitch distorting their perception. They were calmly examining their reflection, their gaze steady. Yet their reflection blinked, a brief yet distinctly noticeable action. Not misinterpreted movement, but a real blink, something we often do unconsciously. This phenomena seemed to defy the laws of physics, suggesting a reality glitch. They conclude their account saying, "My reflection blinked while I did not." This leaves us questioning the mysteries of our reality. As we delve deeper into these bizarre stories, we're left wondering what else is out there that we don't yet understand. And there you have it, folks. 12 tales of reality gone awry. Truly a fascinating ride, teetering on the edge of the ordinary and extraordinary. Each tale is more than a story. They are glimmers of the unexplained, defying our conventional understanding. These narratives, we hope, have stirred your curiosity, challenged your beliefs. Not just intriguing, they push the boundaries, making you question, think, and perhaps see the world differently. Enjoyed this video? A thumbs up would mean the world to us. Share our videos, spread the word about our channel. It's not just about viewing, but creating a community captivated by mysteries of our universe. Your support is crucial. Consider subscribing. Your subscription is a validation, token of appreciation, a motivator. Help us reach our goal of 1,000 subscribers, a testament to our commitment. We aim to keep fire of curiosity alive, to keep questioning, exploring, and never stop looking for the inexplicable. Never stop believing in the possibilities, and we hope that you'll join us on this journey. Until next time, keep questioning the world around you. Who knows, you might stumble upon your own glitch in the matrix.